kindergartners. Today is Tuesday. It is day 2 of week 7, which means now we are officially ready to start this page. Yesterday, remember, we chose our topic and made a web, right? And so what we are going to do today is on the top of the page, you see it says topic right there. So underneath your topic, you're either going to write chicks or ducklings, right? Because duckling is baby ducks, chicks are baby chickens. So I'm going to write, I chose to do ducklings. Their processes are very, very, very similar. Really, the main difference is chicks take 21 days, ducklings take 29, right? So I'm going to write ducklings because that's my topic that I chose yesterday. Duckling, Mr. I-N-G. Okay, so these lines, sorry, the paper fell over on the camera there. These lines are not necessarily for full sentences, but just quick snippets, right? So fact 1 we know is fertilization, right? So I'm going to write that out. Fertilization. Okay, fertilization. Remember, fertilizing is what happens to the egg when you get a rooster or a male. I'm talking about chickens now, rooster and a hen. So a male and a female together is how they fertilize the egg. You cannot fertilize an egg without a male. And the eggs we eat for breakfast are not fertilized. So those are just eggs that are made with only the female, which is just the hen. So I'm going to write down on my fact. Remember, we all should be on the same fact, which is phase 1, which is fertilization, the fertilizing of the egg. And we all know what happens in what we need in fertilizing an egg for an egg to be into fruition, right? So fertilization requires what? It requires 2 things. A male and a female. Okay? So I'm just going to write that really fast. Ale. And I know that has a bossy E because of that A sound. And, oh, we know how to spell that. Female. So when I go to write my page, I will be able to write a sentence with just, I wrote a quick male and female. Quick, male and female. Then when I go to write my actual page, I could write out, first, to fertilize an egg, you need a male and female duck. All right. One of the things that I want to hit on is that the eggs we eat for breakfast are not fertilized eggs. I really want to make sure that people understand that. So I'm just going to write breakfast because that'll remind me what I was writing, right? That'll remind me what I was going to say. So breakfast. Breakfast, right? Breakfast. So I have fertilization as fact 1. Male and female is what you need. And breakfast. I only wrote breakfast because that's going to remind me when I go to write what I'm talking about. Right? So I just wrote breakfast. Now, if there's any other facts that I can think of from the fertilization period, not the hatching period, not the egg growing, the nesting period, which is phase 2, not the adulthood, the duckling growing. I'm talking just the fertilization process. This is where I need to write it down. All right. So my main thing is 1 male, 1 female to fertilize an egg. And then the eggs that are not fertilized are the eggs we eat for breakfast. We would not eat a fertilized egg for breakfast. Okay. And so that is what I am going to write for my facts. I have 2 facts, male and female, not breakfast eggs, down on my phase 1, which is for fertilization. If you can think of any more, write those down. Otherwise, you're ready to move on to fact 2, which is nesting and roosting, right? So I'm going to write nesting. Okay, so phase 2, fact 2, is all about nesting. right? And so with nesting, this is where we get to write down all of this cool facts that we learned about behind me, right? So I can write about how the baby is called an embryo while it's inside the egg. So I'm just going to write embryo. Embryo. This is where I could write all about the blood vessels. This is where I could write all about, you write all of these really cool things that we learned about. This is the nesting period, right, that I can do. So I'm going to write nesting, embryo. I'm going to keep going and I'm going to write about blood vessels. There's also another yellow thing that you could write about here. I wonder if you can remember. I'm not going to say it out loud. I want to see if you can remember it and write that down during this phase. Okay, so this is all that cool stuff that's happening inside of the egg. All right, so I'm going to pause here because I'm not going to give you all of it away, but I want you guys to remember what happened. Phase 1, backwards, fertilization. How do you fertilize? How do eggs get fertilized? What do you need? Phase 2, the nesting. What happens during that phase? What does the mama do? What does she do to make her nest? What happens inside of the egg during that whole time? And then we're done for the day. So I only wrote embryo and blood vessels, but there's more facts that you could write about the nesting phase and about what's happening inside the egg. Okay, so take this time right now, kindergartners, and get that done. And then tomorrow we are going to come back for fact 3 and 4. And then on Thursday, we get to start our book. All right. So have a good day. And if you guys have any questions, text your teachers or ask them to hop on video conference. We'll be more than glad to help you guys out in any way. Make sure that what you're writing down is factual evidence. Never write in an informational text, ducks are cute or chicks are cute, because that's not informational. That's an opinion. It's not factual evidence, right? And so make sure you're sticking to the facts, what we've been learning about, and don't stray away from those and put in too much of your own opinion. Okay, guys? Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow.